Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another rebuild, and today we have the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies are obviously a super exciting team. There's a lot of talent with this group. You have Ja Morant, you have Jaren Jackson Jr., Marcus Smart was recently acquired this offseason, and this is a team that definitely has some potential. Now, that being said, there are some off-court issues with their superstar, Ja Morant. He's going to be suspended the first 25 games of this season. That is obviously something this team needs to work around because I do truly think this team can be contenders in the West. So we're going to see today if we can maybe build this team back up a little bit because they're already in a really good spot and hopefully get this group a championship. As always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Obviously, we will get to every single team eventually, but if there's a team you really want me to do, let me know down below in the comment section, along with any other rebuild ideas, whether they're challenges or whatever they may be. Obviously, we have a bunch of videos to get to. We will get to them all eventually. But yeah, man, this Memphis team is in a relatively okay position. I like their roster quite a bit. I didn't even mention Desmond Bane in the intro. This team's good, and I think they're going to be good for a while, barring anything crazy from Ja Morant. So let's get into this one. We will quickly go over this Memphis Grizzlies roster before we do get into year one. Now, I will just tell you right off the rip, I could not find an actual way to suspend Ja Morant, so what I did is I created an injury. It says self-isolating for 2 to 4 weeks. I put in 25 days, or 25 games. He'll be out. I mean, I'm going to make sure he's out for the first 25 games. He won't even be in the rotation. Do not worry about it. But Ja Morant, obviously one of the most exciting young players in all of basketball. Super explosive player, and I think his future is very, very bright. He just got to keep his head on when he is off the court, but we will see. Marcus Smart is here. The former Defensive Player of the Year, was one of my favorite Celtics ever and still is. Unfortunately, he no longer is in the green and white. I am excited to see what he does in Memphis, assuming he'll probably take over that starting point guard spot, with Ja Morant out those first 25 games. But Memphis, if you have any Grizzlies fans watching, you guys got a really good player in Marcus Smart. People don't respect Marcus Smart enough. I love him. Derrick Rose is here. Ended up being, I guess, back in Memphis. He went to college at Memphis, obviously. And, yeah, he's here probably pretty much on the back nine of his career. Probably like the final hole, actually. But 35 years old. He'll probably get some time while Ja Morant is out. I don't know who Jacob Gilyard is. I'm not going to pretend that I do. Shooting guard spot. Desmond Bane. Signed a deal. Signed an extension with this team. He's 25 years old and now on a $200 million contract. We're all hoping he can take that next step and prove that deal was worth it. Luke Kennard is here, obviously an unbelievable three-point shooter. Pretty solid bench depth piece. Those eyes are scaring the shit out of me right now, but good to have you here, Luke. Josh Christopher is here. He's 21. I believe he spent some time with Houston, correct? Yes, he did. We're going to see what we have with him. I mean, he's only 21, so there's definitely a little bit of potential. Again, though, we do have some pretty decent depth at the shooting guard spot right now, and that's without even mentioning Zaire Williams, who was what number overall? Number 10 overall back in 2021. So we're going to see what we can do here, but there's a lot of shooting guard depth right now. Small forward spot, it ain't exactly pretty. Obviously, Dylan Brooks has moved on to the Houston Rockets, and yeah, I mean, he was their starting small forward, which obviously I don't blame Memphis for not giving him $80 million, but kind of did leave a hole at that 3. So we'll see. David Roddy's here. John Conchar is here. I mean, again, these are plug-in plays. These are not reliable options for a championship caliber team. So we'll work on it. We will get there eventually. Power forward spot, obviously Jaren Jackson Jr. won a Defensive Player of the Year award last year. Very much deserved depoy in my opinion. So now this Grizzlies team has 2 depoys on it. And yeah, I mean, 86 overall, 24 years of age, pretty much like a 0% chance he goes anywhere. Santi Aldama's here. He's only 22 at that 75 overall. Jake LaRavia, I don't really know if there's minutes for him here, but we will see. He's only 21. Then the center spot. I love Steven Adams. Steven Adams is the sneakiest, only 30 years old I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what's going to happen in older 2Ks. He tend to regress a little bit. He's definitely going to be my starter for year one. We'll go from there. But he is on a pretty team-friendly deal. We have Xavier Tillman here as well, and then Brandon Clark. So we're going to have to figure this out because obviously we don't need all 3 of these guys as our centers. So we will make a decision at some point, and we'll go from there. But I do have a trade or two I do want to fire up. Obviously, we're going to have Ja Morant out, injured, whatever the hell you want to call it, the first 25 games of the year. And yeah, after that, we're going to figure some things out. So let's go ahead and let's set this rotation and maybe make a trade or two. We have our first trade of the video, and it's going to come with the LA Clippers. Jake LaRavia and Josh Christopher are heading over to LA. Kenyon Martin Jr. and Amir Coffey coming back here to Memphis. Now, obviously, Kenyon Martin Jr. is not going to be probably my long-term starting small forward option, but for year one, I think he's a good fit. He's a good plug-in, and he's very much on a cheap contract. So welcome to the team, Kenyon Martin Jr. Excited to have him here. He's clearly an upgrade at that small forward spot, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. So I might just try to get some draft picks, like John Conchar on a 4-year, $20 million deal. I don't really have much interest in paying him that much money. So, I mean, if it's possible, anybody wants to give me a first-round pick, maybe throw me a bone, I will 100% take it. If not, we'll obviously keep him on the roster and probably just include him in a trade this offseason. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything that I really like, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I also have to make a decision what I want to do with Zaire Williams, because obviously I don't start 3 shooting guards or have minutes for 3 shooting guards. So that's going to be tricky, but he is on a multi-year deal. Maybe we can move him this offseason. But as of now, it's going to be an interesting first 25 games, as Ja Morant obviously will not be with us and will not be playing. So let's set this rotation. So it does not happen often, and this is probably one of the first and only times in 2K24 that it will. But I'm going with an 11-man rotation. You will see why in just a second. It'll all make sense. This offseason, that'll be changed. This is going to be the only year of me doing it. In real life, obviously, there's need for 11, 12, 13 guys to actually be able to play every night. And then come playoff time, you typically trim that down. Here in 2K, it doesn't matter as much. You don't play with injuries on. And 10 guys typically does the trick. But today, with the depth this team has and everything else, I think it makes sense to run 11. We'll see how it works. It's going to be Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, Kenyon Martin Jr., Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams. Bench unit is going to be led by Luke Kennard, Xavier Tillman, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, Derrick Rose, and David Roddy. There's just not an argument right now for me to not play one of Brandon Clark or Xavier Tillman. Come this offseason, I'm going to move on from one of them, maybe both of them. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but obviously right now, it makes no sense to leave a 77, 78 overall just chilling on the bench. So as you can see right here, Ja Morant is technically just in our reserves right now. Probably not going to be playing until the 25th game. I'm hoping 2K doesn't fuck that up. I will not change it, but I'll see you guys with an adjusted rotation when we do get there. So I'll see you guys 25 games into the year. We are now 25 games into the regular season, meaning Ja Morant can officially come back from his suspension. We are obviously going to update this rotation a little bit and get him back into the starting 5. So that's all good. That's high and well. I'm liking the way things are looking. Smart's going to move to the 6th man off the bench. I think Kennard still as a 7th man is probably smart. Tillman's going to be about 15 now. Clark's going to stay around 12, and then Aldama and Derrick Rose. I actually don't really need to give Derrick Rose minutes. All right, yeah, I don't. I love you, D. Rose, but we have 2 point guards. We're not really going to have backup small forward minutes here for David Roddy, so we're going to have to work that out somehow, but I'm confident this team can figure it out. So let's do this. Let's go 31 here. I want 33, 30. You should be playing about 34. And honestly, Ja Morant, 35, and then 18 here. So that's the way it's going to work for year 1. We're going to dumb this down to a 10-man rotation. As you can see here, we are 15 and 10. Not great, not terrible. It's 25 games in. Ja Morant is back. I will now see you guys at the end of year 1 here in Memphis. The first year here in Memphis comes to an end, and it was actually a pretty good one, all things considered. We go 54 and 28 on the year, and honestly, after a relatively slow start for the first 25 games without Ja Morant, I will definitely take that record. Nikola Jokic averages a triple-double and wins another MVP. Victor Wembanyama is your Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 6th man. Claxton is your depoy. Paul Reed, Most Improved. Trae Young, Clutch Player of the Year. Nick Nurse is your Coach of the Year. Looks like the Sixers are cooking something under Nick Nurse now. So let's take a full look at the standings right now. Here in the West, oh shit, I'm in the wrong menu. We are the 3 seed, which is obviously good. You have the Battle of Los Angeles ahead of us right here. We actually tied the Lakers for the 2nd best record in the West. Here's a look at the East right here. Looks like it's Philadelphia's conference to lose, and yeah, I think the jokes write themselves. I'll just let that be. Let's take a look at the numbers on the year right now. In Ja Morant, I will take that. 57 games played, as you can see. About 31.5 points, 6 boards, 8.5 assists. This man should have been in the running for MVP. Now, I don't know if it would have beat out Jokic, but I'll take that. Desmond Bane was great. Triple J doing his thing. Kenyon Martin Jr. was a welcomed addition. Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard. Everything's looking good. Now, can we just do it come playoff time? Rebounds was Steven Adams, and assists was Ja Morant. So, round 1 for us, it is going to be us and the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's take a look at this team. Obviously, if you think back to the 2019 NBA draft, you have Ja Morant, and you have Zion Williamson, the battle of 1 versus 2 in that draft. They have CJ, Dyson Daniels, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas as that starting 5. I personally would have Herb Jones in there over Dyson Daniels. That's just me, though. They take game 1 on our home floor. We tie it up 1-1. We go down 2-1. We go down 3-1. Oh, wow. That's not the way I thought this would go. We're actually going to a game 7 right now, and we end up losing in 7. They do not blow the 3-1 lead. So that's a little disappointing. Losing in round 1 to a team that we're probably better than is a little bit disappointing. You have a Celtics versus Timberwolves final, and the Celtics win in 5. Jason Tatum, your finals MVP. So now we've kind of a clean slate, I will say. We have full flexibility with this team. No more suspensions. Obviously here in, my NBA association, whatever the hell you want to call it. Can't really do dumb shit in the off season or off the court. So, yeah, I'm cool with it. Staff retirements, Pop calls it a career. Jersey retirements, Blake Griffin. Draft lottery time. We're not going to have a lottery pick, but I'll show you guys this just in case you want to see it. I don't know. Pistons, Mavericks, Hornets, Thunder, Magic. Wow, that interesting seeing the Dallas Mavericks there. You thought Luka would get him back to the playoffs after a one-year absence. Taylor Jenkins is the head coach of this team. I'm just going to bring him back. He has pretty decent ratings, and quite honestly, I mean, again, that was kind of, I don't want to say a throwaway season because we actually had a really good record, but obviously it was a little bit of a distracting season, so I'll give him that. But we did come up short in the playoffs. No excuse for that. And, yeah, we obviously have to build a little bit of a better team and a better group. So we have the 27th overall pick. Now, obviously, with that, we have some options. We could just draft somebody there. We can move up, or we can make a trade for a bigger name player. Now, what am I going to do? I'm not really sure yet. I'll show you guys when I do figure it out. I'd like to get a little bit younger and a little bit better at our center spot. It's nothing against Steven Adams. He's obviously one of the most likable players in all of basketball. But Alperen Şengün could come in here, and honestly, potential-wise, overall-wise, money-wise, I think it makes more sense. So this is Steven Adams. This is our first-round pick this year. I did not think they were going to take that. Now, Şengün is, weirdly enough, not that hard to trade for. So we're going to see if we can figure something out here. You have any interest in John Konchar? Because I definitely don't. Derrick Rose, I kind of want to hold on to, but he definitely could be valuable. I also think there's a place for Zaire Williams right now. Maybe we'll figure that out eventually. Amir Coffey as well. And then how about a first in 2028? And they agree to that. All right, so we get our upgrade at the center spot. Obviously, getting a little bit younger is great. He's going to be paired in the front court with Triple J. And honestly, I think they'll work well together. So we move away from our first-round pick this year. That's fine. I'm bringing back Kennard. I'm bringing back David Roddy. And, yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do at this point in time is probably try to find a small forward upgrade. Again, there's nothing wrong with the way Xavier Tillman's a free agent. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Kenyon Martin Jr., but if I want to be a true contender, I need to be the best of the best everywhere. And no disrespect, let's be honest with each other, he's probably not. So I will try to bring back Xavier Tillman. I think he's a viable piece of this team. If not, we could also just trade him. Kenyon Martin Jr. is a free agent. Okay. I don't have bird rights, so let me see if the game's going to let me bring him back. And it does not appear it's going to. Little bit unfortunate. How much money is he asking for? What's about $11 million a year? Wow, so we just lose him for nothing pretty much. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. And, yeah, I mean, obviously that kind of leaves a hole at our small forward spot. And sucks is what it is. LeBron, you want to come play here for cheap? Didn't think so. I mean, we could just sign Buddy Hield if we really wanted to. Wants about $10 million a year. Wait, I have $12 million there, but I can't. What? How does the math on that work? Is there some rule I'm not, realizing? Because I can give Buddy Hield here. I can give him up to like what, $12.5 million. But I go here and I try to send Kenyon Martin Jr. and I just nothing. I can't go past $2.4 million. Interesting. Shout out 2K. I'm sure maybe there's a rule I'm just missing, but I don't know. That's just 2K at its finest. Okay, so at this point in time, we have our mid-level exception, which is good. I think there's probably a trade out there to maybe find us an upgrade at the starting small forward spot. And, yeah, I definitely need to do that. So let's go find that move. We are going to attempt to acquire Lauri Markkanen on this team. I think he'd be the upgrade at the small forward spot we're looking for. And honestly, money-wise, it's as good as we're going to get for as high of an overall as he is. So Brandon Clark and Derrick Rose is my offer. Again, I don't really want to trade. It's not terrible, but I'd rather keep Şengün. For me, again, it's not exactly ideal. I would like to keep Derrick Rose, but I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, if I have to make a trade like this, I can live with it. So Markkanen will be an upcoming free agent. Hopefully, the game lets me bring him back when we do get there, but as of now, it's fine. I'm going to get Zaire Williams some minutes. He's going to be my backup small forward next year, or maybe Kennard. I don't know what the overall difference is. He actually goes up to an 80, and then what happens to Williams? 75. All right, we'll move Williams there just because he's, a little bit younger, a little bit more potential. But I'm liking it. We're going to get him some minutes, which is good. And then other than that, in terms of major changes, I'm good with Smart backing up Morant. Obviously, Bane had a really strong season. Kennard was decent off the bench. New addition, Markkanen, Williams now getting some minutes there. We're good with Triple J. Santi's fine enough for, I guess, 1 year. We'll figure it out. And then new addition, Şengün, and now we're just strictly giving Xavier Tillman minutes as our backup center. So, yeah, man, that is it for now. I am excited to see what this team kind of looks like moving forward, and I think we got the talent to be pretty good. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Year 2 is here in Memphis, and with that comes some major changes to a team that had a little bit of a disappointing end to last season. Now, obviously, the core of this team, the original big three, if you will, of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. all stay intact. We have some new additions here with Lauri Markkanen, Alperen Şengün, really rounding out that starting five and hopefully putting us over that final hump. So obviously, Ja Morant, Desmond Bane remain in the backcourt. New addition here of Lauri Markkanen, Triple J still holding it down at that power forward spot. New center here in Alperen Şengün. Bench unit still led by Marcus Smart. Tremendous sixth man to have. Xavier Tillman now taking over full-time backup center responsibility. Luke Kennard still here. We're finally getting Zaire Williams some minutes. And Santi Aldama is here in our 10th and final spot. So I like it. I think this team is good enough. I'm hoping we can really make a push this time come playoff run. This time come playoff time. That's what I was looking for. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. It was quite the second year for us here in Memphis. Ja Morant, first career MVP, nearly 26 points a game, 6.5 boards, 10.5 assists. Just a tremendous year all around from our superstar franchise player. We go 64-18 on the year, exactly 10 games better than last season. We're hoping for a little bit of a different run come playoff time. Bronny James is in Minnesota. He is your rookie of the year. Chris Paul, once again, sixth man of the year in Golden State. Evan Mobley is your depoy. Davion Mitchell, most improved. Zach LaVine, clutch player of the year. Taylor Jenkins does win a coach of the year for us. So all great. I mean, high and mighty, and I love it. We just got to find a way. Wow, not a single other team won 50-plus games. That's insane. We just got to find a way to actually put on our big boy pants and make a run, because I think we definitely have the talent to do so, and hopefully this is our year. Here's a look at the numbers. Some things are a little different. Obviously, we added two guys that are pretty good in Lauri Markkanen and Şengün that definitely even out the scoring a little bit. Nonetheless, I am very excited for the playoffs. Who we got? It's going to be the 8th-seeded Houston Rockets, young up-and-coming team. Our old friend Dylan Brooks. This would be much-watched TV, watching Dylan Brooks in a full series against his old team in Memphis. That'd be insane. Our old friend Steven Adams here as well. Let's see what ends up happening here in the first round against the Rockets. I think we're clearly the better team. I'm hoping we go out and prove that. But right now, we are down 3-1. I'm not sure what the hell's going on right now, and we just lost in 5. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, we have an MVP. We had the most wins in all of basketball, and we lose to the Rockets in round 1. Yeah, I mean, that's just like not what I'm looking for. I mean, it's not. I mean, Ja Morant was good. Markkanen was decent. Triple J. What the fuck are we doing here, right? That can't happen. Oh, good God. And the problem is I'm not trading Jaren Jackson Jr., so the burden of responsibility is probably going to fall on Taylor Jenkins, but like, my God, man, what the fuck is that? Oh, good Lord. All right, well, it is time for me to move on. We're going to find a new head coach. Again, not saying Taylor Jenkins is solely responsible for the Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer. Whether you love him or hate him, Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer. Whether, you like him or hate him. But, yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, not all of this is on Taylor Jenkins, but it's sometimes just time to look in a new direction. I think that's exactly what we're looking forward to today. So, staff signing, Taylor Jenkins, thanks, but no thanks. We're moving on. And, yeah, I mean, in terms of who I could actually go out and sign, let's look at some options here. Billy Donovan's here. Frank Vogel actually has some pretty good ratings. Mark Dagnall's here as well. Will Hardy, Chauncey Billups. I mean, this dude's name is Lucas. Who develops this game? I mean, good Lord. Unless he's a real person. My apologies, Lucas. Jason Kidd is here. I mean, yeah, there's nothing. It's just Tiago Splitter. What the hell? I don't really like any of these options, to be honest. And again, name alone should probably say no, but Frank Vogel has the best ratings. And I don't really want to do it, but ratings-wise, I think it makes sense. So, yeah, Frank Vogel, welcome to Memphis, our new head coach. I mean, if he didn't have the ratings, obviously there's no chance in the name. Again, maybe means I shouldn't, but we'll see. We have the 29th overall pick. I don't need it, so let's just find let's just find a future first-round pick or not. Okay, cool. I'll draft somebody there at 29, and whoever is there, they could be in a trade. I have no idea. So, sure. Nikola Topic? Similar to Nikola Jokic? I don't know. Welcome. He's from Serbia as well. He's going to be a 73 overall. Could be a decent trade piece. And then let's move up here. And, yeah, get through this. So we have some free agents here. Şengün, Williams, and Aldama. All guys I do want to bring back. Can't just let them go for nothing, obviously. Markkanen, also a free agent. He is a pretty big one. So we're going to give him a contract. I'm just going to qualify Şengün, just max him out, qualify him. Because it's the final year anyways. He's not getting traded. And then Luke Kennard. There's room for a potential move there, but for now, I'll bring him back. We'll worry about other trades after this. So don't renounce Santi. Don't renounce Zaire Williams. Everybody else is good to go. We're going to pay both these guys. I'm going to give them real contracts. And, yeah, we should be good past that. So I'm a little nervous because this team, whoa, Zaire Williams, goddamn. This team obviously has the talent. It's just figuring out what the fuck's going wrong. So definitely some moves on the horizon. I'll see you guys with those trades. We're going to work on another trade with Houston, see if they have any interest in trading us Tari Eason for Santi Aldama and newly drafted Nikola Topic. I don't know. Again, Tari Eason would be a significant upgrade off the bench over Santi in terms of overall, and I think that's probably our best bet at this point. We have a new head coach, and improving the bench is probably the way to go. So I don't have a ton of draft picks to really throw into a trade here, so I'm hoping maybe this goes through, and that'll probably be our only move. Because other than that, we are basically just completely fucked, and they take that. Okay. Welcome to the team, Mr. Eason, and he's going to be backing up Triple J. Other than that, I mean, there's not a ton of money or really room. So, I mean, if I want to sign somebody and then trade him, there's a potential there. Like, if I sign, like, Chris Boucher and maybe include him in a trade with Luke Kennard, I mean, we can see what we can get. Because other than that, I have nothing. I mean, we're at the end of the road here in terms of assets. So, let's do Luke. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a little scummy right now. Luke Kennard goes up 2 overall as we move him to the small forward spot. So, let's do that, and then let's just see it here in terms of Luke Kennard and Chris Boucher, and then, yeah, literally no draft picks. So, I'm looking small forward, or excuse me, shooting guard, and let's just see, is there anybody? I mean, AJ Griffin. Achaya Baje definitely could be my guy. He's probably going to be who I go after. I saw Andrew Nemhard there as well. Malachi Branham is here. He's actually been playing really well. Jalen Smith. You know what? Malachi Branham's going to be my pick. I'm going to go ahead and make that trade right there with the Spurs. So Jalen Smith as well. We're also acquiring. I don't know if there's a trade there because I'm good with Smart backing up Morant. Branham's good. I mean, unless I want to trade Zaire Williams, include him in a trade with Jalen Smith. I mean, is there a move there that really like puts us over the top? I mean, if I see it, I'll obviously do it. If not, I'm just going to just chill with what we got. But can't hurt to go out and try. Valanciunas would be an upgrade at the backup center. Cole Anthony, Kyle Anderson. Yeah, there's nothing really here that I'm loving. I might check it out again at the beginning of next season. But other than that, we're chilling for now. I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. Not sure why, but the Golden State Warriors are willing to trade me Andrew Wiggins for Zaire Williams, Jalen Smith, and a future first-round pick. Along with that, they're actually giving me a valuable first-round pick. It is the final season, though, but Andrew Wiggins is an improvement over Zaire Williams, and he's going to be my new 6th man off the bench, and I'm very excited to have him here. So, I mean, other than that, in terms of anything else for major trades, I don't think there is. I mean, this bench is completely revitalized. I mean, this entire team is completely changed. So we're going for it, man. This is the group. Let's set the rotation. After having the best record in all of basketball last year, we obviously came up a little bit short. We lost in round 1 of the Houston Rockets. This offseason, we have a new head coach, and we have some new pieces that are really hopefully going to get us to the finish line with this group. It's John Morant, Desmond Bane. I'm surprised his overall just doesn't move, like, at all. I mean, he's playing well. He's doing his job. You would think that overall would maybe bump up a couple, but that's 2K. Lowry Markkinen here, Triple J, Alperen Şengün. Starting 5 doesn't change. What does change is the bench. New addition here at Andrew Wiggins. Marcus Smart still going strong. Malachi Branham, Tari Eason, and Xavier Tillman Sr. So, I mean, this depth is insane. The talent is there. We just got to go out. We got to win the damn thing. See you guys at the end of the final year. It is now back-to-back MVPs for Mr. John Morant. This year leading us to a record of 71-11. That was great this year, and it was great last year. But it doesn't fucking mean anything if we can't do it come playoff time. So we will see. But another great season from John Morant and back-to-back MVPs. Ace Bailey's your Rookie of the Year. He is in New Orleans. Amen Thompson, Sixth Man of the Year in Houston. Claxton's your Depoy once again in Brooklyn. Anthony Black, most improved. Jason, oh my God, get this image off my screen right fucking now. Frank Vogel's your Coach of the Year. All right, so, I mean, again, we're feeling good. The record is good. Everything is sitting really well. And everything's like, we're feeling good. It's just like, what the fuck is happening? So, I mean, we just got to go out and win the damn thing. I mean, again, I don't give a shit about the numbers. I don't even care who's playing well, who's not. Step your game up. It is Portland here in round 1. Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, isn't it Matat? I don't know. Grant Nurkic, they have Dame coming off the bench. How he didn't win 6th Man of the Year, I have no idea. But that is still a very good Trailblazers team. And I'm hoping we can get by them. Because playoffs have not been our friends so far. We are down 3-2. I mean, I don't know. Okay, we win. Moving on to Lakers here. Lake Show time. It is D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Kawhi Leonard. Now in Los Angeles. Well, he was in Los Angeles. But now just, switching jerseys in Los Angeles. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see what ends up happening here in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. And we sweep. Okay, it's just the first round. It's just been kicking our ass. Thunder here in the Western Conference Finals. SGA, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. They have Cooper Flagg now. Oh, my God. Yeah, this team could cause us some trouble. Let's see what ends up happening here. As we are currently 2-2 with the Thunder, we go down 3-2. Go into Game 7, and we win. And Ja Morant's your Western Conference Finals MVP. We're taking on Scotty Barnes and the Raptors. I believe the Raptors were actually in the finals last year as well. So Fred VanVleet is back in Toronto. Grady Dick, Scotty Barnes, Siakam, Jakob Poeltl. There's just no way this fucking team's beating us, right? Oh my God. There's just... Are you kidding me? That Raptors team is not good. Let's not sit... Dude. How are we going to sit here and pretend that that Raptors team is good? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. We're battling here. We're going back and forth. And, okay. We're going to Game 7 in Memphis. I don't know how this is a Game 7. And we're going to lose. Are we going to lose? Have some balls. This Toronto Raptors team isn't really that good. And I don't know why they are pretending that they are. All right. No gameplay today. I'm sorry, but we won a championship. Holy shit. I don't even know. I mean, I'm happy we won it all, but I almost feel like disappointed. Like, that shouldn't have been that hard, you know? But, yeah, maybe it's a little bit harder this year in 2K24. I don't know, man. But hell of a team, nonetheless. I had a ton of fun with this for the most part. But, yeah, man, I think something's weird with, like, the Desmond Bane, like, build in this game they have. He just doesn't really progress, but he plays very well. Very strange. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm glad we got Memphis one. God damn, that should not have been that hard. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, though. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. And, yeah, God. It's throwing me off, man. It really is. I'm happy, but I'm, like, disappointed at the same time. I don't know. We won it all. I'm just blabbering. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.